Everything's looking like it should be good. I think we're good. Let's get this 5-star Mr. Negative test live stream going here, shall we? I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to this. Make sure everything's all good and up and running before I get too far along. That looks good. Awesome. Live here on YouTube. We're good to go. How's it going, everybody? vonShoe here. We've got Mr. Negative gameplay. We've got 5-star. It's going to be 5-star, rank 5, about SIG level 100, 120, say I think is going to be pretty fair. Courtesy of the CCP program. Now, this is not my champion. I don't currently have a 5-star version of Mr. Negative, but like I said, courtesy of the content creator program Beta, been granted early access to the character to take him out for a test spin. And that is what we're going to be doing here tonight. Very, very excited about this. The featured arena for this champion is starting up tomorrow as of the recording of the video here. We're just going to be running through just some tests for the champ, see how his kit handles. Try and come up with some interesting situations to use him, and then really to see how he plays in a practical setting. You know, you can throw him against Realm of Legends Winter Soldier as much as you like, but at the end of the day, that's not a very realistic matchup. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and want to say big howdy, big welcome to the latest Von subs to the channel. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for finding the channel in the depths of the YouTubes. Cheers. I'm digging the videos put out so far and are interested in the videos yet to come. From the top, I do want to say big howdy to Toy Shadow, asking who to rank 5, Mole Mance, Cosmic Ghost Rider, or Hyperion. That is a tough choice. I would say probably between Mole Man or Hyperion. I would probably err on the side of Hyperion just because I've personally played a lot more of Hype than for Mole God. Cosmic Ghost Rider is definitely worth a rank 5, but I think he's more of like a secondary option. Like once you already have a couple other rank 5s going, just because unless you're like a master of his rotation, I think it would almost be easier, if not a little bit better, to stick with somebody who is a bit more reliable in a lot of other situations. But all good choices all around. Did 100% variant 6 for the Awakening. Was Cosmic. Hype got that. SIG 68 now. 5-star was 5-star. SIG 40, so Warrior. Hey, not bad. Bunch of loot. Very nice. What's a big howdy to Skull as well. Also a howdy to Michael. Almost 100%, 7.2. I'm scared of Gwen Master. Nice thing about Gwen Master, though, is that she can be taken down with anybody. You know, you don't have to have a specific counter. You don't need, like, you know, if you don't have Ghost, then you can't take her down. Metal Sonic Dude has definitely proven that many times over. He's done a lot of different solos. So if you want to see, like, what an example fight would be, depending on, you know, whoever, you know, you want to bring to that fight, definitely recommend checking out him and his channel, because he's been really solid with all that. And good evening to Be More. All right, so we've got Mr. Negative here. He currently is a rank 4 level 20, so let's just sig this dude up a little bit. For testing purposes, I'm going to just keep him at 120. 120 usually is fairly average, I'd say, for like across the board for where champions would be best, you know, suited SIG-wise. Like if they don't have the best ability at SIG 120, they really are the exception instead of the norm. And at SIG 120, let me just bring up on the screen here so everybody's got, there we go, a feel for what we're dealing with right here. His SIG ability is a real nice to have. It's not required to play him, but it's a really nice to have. So anytime this one tries to nullify or stagger or fate seal, he deals some physical damage, which is really nice when going up against Mystic champions. If he has a degen on him, he regenerates a certain amount of health. Each light energy gives him energy resistance, which is nice for some of like cold snap and stuff like that. I think is going to be a nice example of that. And then dark energy deals physical damage every time the opponent has a debuff on them. Now, that aside, going up to my masteries, I usually run Resonate. And what Resonate does is that there is a certain amount of a chance to inflict the opponent with a weakness debuff. Now, in addition to parry, that weakness is going to be on the opponent an awful lot. And then with this champion, that counts as that debuff. So, presumably, he should be dealing a nice little chunk of passive, unavoidable damage that away. Take that off the screen there. Dalton says, hello, Rob. Have you looked at the buffed champ details? I have. I am very excited about all three of them. Ebony Maw, I think, is the one I'm the most excited about. Just because his new kit is kind of what I've always hoped his kit would be. Fair warning, I mean, it's all going to just wind up depending on how they play in hand. You know, it may wind up reading great on the page, but if it doesn't play right, then that kind of is going to be a bummer. But on paper, Ebony Maw is my favorite. War Machine is a really solid plus too. I'm really looking forward to that arena just because the 5-star has not been in the basic crystal, and you know, chance for 6-star version as well if you want to push for that. And then Ultron looks like he's going to be pretty fun too. So overall, yeah, I'm really looking forward to. I'm assuming that's going to be the arena after Mr. Negative here in 2 weeks' time. But what do you guys think? If you guys are watching this after the patch has come out, I suppose you could always let me know down in the comment section with the glory of hindsight how the buffs actually wound up playing out. But for right now, since we just found out about them today, I'm pretty excited. And then also just take him to rank 5. So this is going to be a 565 Sig 120 Mr. Negative. Just take him all the way up. Dalton says, I'm hyped for Ultron. He's the only one I have as a 6-star. That's a good reason. That is definitely a good reason. Is he awakened as well? He still does have that energy absorption, which is really nice. If you guys have specific paths or fights you'd like to see Mr. Negative go up against, to either just try out a strat or just see how you'd handle it, let me know down in the in chat. Because I definitely want to try and take this guy up against as many different opponents in as many different situations as possible. But yeah, not bad. Let me just throw that up in chat, actually. If there are any matchups you'd like to see versus Mr. Negative, let me know. And pin that up the top. Awesome. Cool. Alright, so let's just check out his kit here real quick. So I already went over his ability there. Already said that he's immune to Nullify, Stagger, Fate Seal, so I mean, Symbiote Supreme is going to be fantastic. So the idea here really is every time you've got a light attack, or light energy, you're going to want to heavy charge, and then that's how you get an evade. Each time you dash back, every buff that is on you gets converted to dark energy, which I've tested out already is a fun, a little challenging, but a fun counter to Icarus. I think Angela is still the best option for that. But nice to see that he can handle it too, just if in case you need to. So here's really where it all comes down to, because he's going to wind up balancing light energy and dark energy. So on special 1, just reading verbatim from the kit here, get a bulwark. That's nice for each light energy, which is a nice little defensive perk. But then all the light energy gets converted to dark energy, which is going to be nice for the special 2, which is when you get to have fun with some of the dark energy, because then you start throwing some of the petrifies. You wind up getting some of the big degen off of that. And then special 3, depending if you have light energy, then you get some regen, and dark energy, you wind up dealing some nice direct damage. Not bad. Toy Shadow first says 631 far right path. Sure. Ultron's not awakened, but my 5-star Ultron was my first rank 2 5-star, so some nostalgia there. Indeed. Yeah, I mean, OG Ultron was a big MVP for me in early days of Alliance Quest, just because of the energy absorption and then the reliable heals as well. So for right now, I'm just going to keep it fairly vanilla. Instead of throwing like a bunch of synergies up there, I'm going to keep them fairly standard. And then start sprucing them up a little bit later on with, the Shang-Chi synergy, perhaps either, Mr. Fantastic or Beardo, say. Let's see what we got. Fred says, hey, yo, would like to see in 644 some of the energy paths. Sure. Grinfeld, hey, Rob, how you doing today? Not bad, bud. Not bad. Week is off to a good start, having some good fun here, and gearing up for the Mr. Negative, the NegaMan grind, as I like to call him, tomorrow. Hopefully, I mean, I'm probably going to wind up doing 2 featured grinds back to back. So we'll see how that goes. Strange Raven says, Variant 6 Electro Quest. You got it. So here in 6.3, it is, what do we got going on? The oscillate path, you mean? So let's see how that does. Now, fair warning to everybody and anybody watching this. I am a complete Mr. Negative scrub. Complete Mr. Negative scrub. And that's kind of half the point of the live stream here today, too, is that I really want to keep practicing up and getting good myself with the champion. Alright, so there we go. The first debuffs have fallen off, so I can get some power now. Of course, the dude's super defensive, because that's fun. The thing with Mr. Negative, and I do need to remember that, is that he is fairly squishy. He can regenerate, which is nice. But standard, he's fairly squishy. Actually, so I got a light charge, so it's one way to get some dark charges going. Alright, come on, my dude. Come on. Should probably practice that up to see if that's enough of a window to counterattack. Alright. So then he's got 12 little degens on there, which is okay. It's ticking for about 2,400 damage, which is really nice for 12 degens. However, Colossus being Colossus, being as tanky as he is, alright, so a bot you can counter pretty easily. Should probably turn recoil off too, now that I think of it. It's after you get to 10 light energy or 10 dark energy is when you start getting that timer. Yeah. Okay. So it is just basic hits. I'm telling you guys, scrub gameplay. If you had to guess how much you think the 5-star Mr. Negative is going to go for, my guess is 48 to 50 mil. I think that's pretty fair. I would probably err a little bit closer, 55, 60, but yeah, I think that's fairly ballpark. Dana says, what up, Mr. Shoe? Taking a break from finishing up 7-2 exploration to check out Mr. Negative gameplay. Cheers. It is Mr. Negative, poor Mr. Negative gameplay. But appreciate that. Good to see you. Do you think 4550 is enough to cop a 6-star stealthy? I'm at 31 mil points right now. I'm going to say probably not. Probably not. Because he went for about as much round 1, and I think that got a lot of people's attention just because of how low that was. So while I don't think it's going to be like 70, 80, I think it's probably going to be closer to 60. That being said, I mean, you never know. And with there only being, what, 14 hours left in the grind, you may as well keep going because you never know. The effect he does in the opponent is an eyesore, not gonna lie. Yeah, and can you believe that this is the toned down version? Because I heard the feedback that we all gave on the Psycho Man special. How much of, like, you know, with the flickering lights and how much of a pain that was. And this is the toned down version, so I can only imagine what it was like before. Alright, so let's strategize a little bit more here, shall we? So I want to try and get, of course, as much degen on the opponent as possible, because he gets a really nice little chunk right there. And it's 20 stacks. 20 stacks max. But it's 10 stacks. It's 10 stacks you can get without the timer starting. But you can only have 20 max. If that makes sense. If I said that right. So then the idea is to heavy to get the fury and then throw a special 2 with as many dark energies as possible to get the max allowable degen. Come here, dude. All right. Would be nice if he had a way to mitigate special damage. Come on, dude. Or like if he, because he can evade on the heavy charge. Come on, dude, you got the fury. Fight me. Oh, stupid. It all converted. New players are going to go through heck once the Ultron buff comes. I think variant 1 is hard now. Yeah, seriously, right? That is kind of the downside of all the champions getting buffed, is that, like, you know, for the Kingpin bosses too, it just makes all that much more difficult as well. It's a baptism of fire, as it were. So at 10, that's when the thing converts. I think it's refreshed on 1, special 1. Stupid. Let's try that again. That special 1 refreshes. Something refreshes the timer of these. Gotta remember what. No. What's that refreshes the timer? Let me look. Okay, mcoc says, Rob. How are you, brother? I'm doing very well. I'm getting a lesson in Mr. Negative gameplay right here. But it's going pretty good. I'm enjoying it so far. Getting a better feel for the champ here. How are you doing? How's everything? Exhilarate says, hey Rob, how are you? Very well for midweek. A little tired, but doing pretty well. How are you? Ultron doesn't seem like he's going to be much more difficult on defense, though. His evade is actually going to be easier to handle because it's predictable and has a timer. Perhaps, but with all the different debuffs and everything that he throws, plus you can't slow him anymore, that potentially could throw a loop for some people. Guess not. I thought you could refresh or recharge the light and dark charges, but guess not. The Venom synergy and I'm assuming Null or Anti-Venom. Whoever the second synergy is with Venom, it's a mystery character. It's going to be really nice because that gives Mr. Negative that perma heals. Yes, I guess there isn't a way to refresh the charges. Because I think, if I noticed that right, just throwing the special 1 can... No, okay, so throwing the special 1 does convert with a new timer. That's nice. But it would be nice. Actually, could that work though too? I don't think so. I think were you to add like new dark charges to the existing dark charges, it sticks on like the existing timer. Yeah. And that's really annoying. It'd be really nice if it just refreshed the timer. Yeah, freaking recoil. Mr. Misplay says, why aren't you charging the heavy for the evade, then into the special 2? I'm trying to build up dark charges. I mean, that is the ideal rotation right there. Well, it would, but you don't get the fury that way either. You have to land the heavy attack in order to get the fury, instead of just heavy charging, which also kind of sucks. Because, you know, just throwing the special 2 with any dark charges is really nice, but at the same time too, I want to see how feasible it is to get more than 10 dark charges on the opponent at once. Because that's where like the spicy degen comes in. And especially if you got, was it the Shang-Chi synergy? But then especially when you got a stupid passive opponent like this on Oscillate, who might attack you, might not attack you. Who knows? Wonder if they're going to continue the Karina challenges. Yes, they are. When they are, I don't know, but yes, they are. Doing okay, just taking my time attempting this Legends run. Nice. Getting it out of the way so I can grind for Gambit. Good, but yeah, I know you were talking about that earlier, but that's awesome. How's it going so far? Jacob says, what's up, Shoe Man? What up, Jacob? Howdy, howdy. Alright, so let's try this. Try this again. Try and bait out the special 1. Actually, you know what I need? No, because it's Petrify. Because I was going to say, if there's a way to reduce power in opponents, that would be super useful. But because it's a Petrify, it's only on power gain, as opposed to just basic power gain from hits. Because the other debuffs are nice. I mean, he's got exhaustion, reducing enemy crit rating or crit damage rating. Petrify, which reduces power gain, which is nice. The degen, which is nice. Well, no, I mean, special 3 is Delirium. I forget, because that's a newer one. Delirium, opponents suffer 60% defensive combat power rate. I mean, they got inverted controls, but I mean, it's a bot, so who cares? But the 60% reduced power gain is nice, or power rate is nice. That's what I'm talking about. So it's almost like you gotta just chase the special 3. Let's see if we can do this here. There we go. So 2 petrifies and 12 degens. I mean, it's an okay chunk. I mean, it's 2,400 per tick, and then the 220 just because he's got debuffs on him. Wait, now hold on a sec. Why is he not ticking for degen right now? He had the 2 petrifies and then whatever else that was. Why wasn't he... Oh, because I didn't have any dark energy on me. That's right. That's right. Man, that would have been nice if that was just the straight across the board void move. Very particular. First 2 fights with Ghost. First 2 fights with Ghost was kind of rough. I mean, now and then, I'm going back to 100% each chapter, leaving 726 last. Good luck. Good luck. Let us know with a post-mortem, kind of what your thought and what your experience is. And I wish you the best of luck. Oh, and I look forward to seeing you on the Legends board, bud. War Machine buff looks sick. Still don't have him as a 5-star, which are the only 7 5-star champs I don't have. Don't have him as a 6-star as well. That's the thing that's gonna be his. It's gonna make his arena nuts because most people don't have the 5-star. He's only been available, I think, in maybe Dungeon Crystals once, and that's it. And then maybe like one of those nonsense Cav bundles that they sell for too much money. But yeah, that. Like, when that arena comes out, I'm kind of on the fence. Like, I want to do at least 1 featured run for a 5-star. But then maybe a second to get a 6 as well. We'll see. I don't have high hopes that arena cutoff is going to be low. Nice, man. Having humans and the Star-Lord objectives left myself. Took a break to focus on 7-2. Nice. I have the Labyrinth challenges... and a couple more. I've only done the Cyclops, the Mordo, and the I forget what the other one was. Now that I think about it, I've only done 3 of them, so I've still got what, 6 left. I'm not going to be going for the Loki pick. It doesn't do anything for me. Okay, so now he's Delirious, which is great. And there's that reduced combat power rate, which is also great. So you kind of got to decide. You got to decide if you want... It's 118 per tick. That'd be an interesting comparison, actually. Void debuff versus Mr. Negative debuff. This should be nice. Yeah, there we go. So that's 16. There we go. That's a little bit closer. 3,600. So I think that, see, that's much more in line with what I'm hoping for Mr. Negative. And I think that's the strategy there too, is to have like maybe seven light charges, convert those over to dark charges so the timer doesn't, tick down. Build up like another 7 or 8 light charges, and then convert those right before throwing the special 2 for max degen nonsense. Yeah, you got to exhilarate. Absolutely, bud. Anything you need, man. Just hit me up and um, I'll see. I'll do what I can. Tell some jokes. Do a dance, maybe. I shouldn't do a dance. That'd be distracting. Pick isn't very much motivation to rush to completion. No, no. Like like some small little nugget in the back of my head is, uh, oh, this is actually gonna be a really good matchup because this should. It's not degen proper, but it's direct damage. This will be interesting. But some little nugget in the back of my head is like, what if they have 3 Karina's profile picks in your roster to unlock a 6-star, I don't know, platinum pool or something stupid like that. Like there's some prize somewhere down the road that it's a key to unlock that they haven't invented yet. So I don't think Void. It'll be interesting. This is going to be really interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to play out because I'm not sure technically behind the scenes how the game classifies Void's his intimidating presence. Because I think it's just direct damage, isn't it? Yeah, instead of degen. So it shouldn't do anything. It shouldn't do anything. But it'd be nice if it did do something. We'll find out. Well, this is just unfortunate. Not a good matchup. Now we know, not a good matchup. It's just too squishy. This, on the other hand, a little bit better. I hope this is what you're hoping to see there. Toy Shadow. If this is at all useful or helpful. It's interesting, but I mean the amounts of amount of damage that he's taking with the armor phase up is, I think, a bit skewed just because of the huge, again, the huge armor. 644. So let's back out of this and go tackle 644. See what that does. Interesting. I mean, okay, so there you go. I mean, it's nice. CCP people don't have the opportunity to practice, which I am 100% all for. That would be awful. But no, we can't practice. No unfair advantages. 644. And then let's spruce this up with Guardian, shall we? Make things a little more interesting. What are his tags? Just villain? Alright. So let's see what we can do here. Not sure if he's going to have a whole lot of benefit. Well, okay, so for each light energy, right, with the energy reduction. So let's... I don't think he's going to be a great matchup for that. Or actually, no, if you are, you would probably want to bring Venom just to try and heal a little bit. Just trying to think strategically here. So then let's do that. So then I've got the increased block proficiency and I can heal. So that might give me a little bit more of a leg up. But then it's also Icarus. So that might be skewed. This could be interesting. Not ideal, but could be interesting. So this is a class disadvantage. So let's try and... Okay, so 21, 167, 21, 167 with a couple few ticks. I'm intentionally not doing anything just because I want to look at the numbers. 167, 20. Well, yeah. Cool. So let's try and build up some of those light charges again, see if that does anything. Oh, right, unblockable. The node. Juan says, thoughts on Mr. Negative? So far, I think he's interesting. He can do some fun things with degen. But for him to be the best choice for a fight, I think so far is extremely niche. Alright, so... But we'll see. We'll see. 167 and 20, that's kind of what I'm going for right now. So I don't know, Fred, just looking at it, it's a... So each light energy is a marginal energy resist, right? So I had 8. I could push it to 10, but then you get the timer, so you got to just keep going and parrying and trying to get more. So I don't know. I wasn't very impressed with the energy resist right there. Because it went from 167 and 20 down to like 140 and 16. Which, I mean, percentage-wise is something, but basically it's going to buy you an extra, like, second or so of life before the energy winds up getting you. I forget, does Punisher have True Strike or something now? So this is with 13 light energy. Let's see how much heals I can get with 13 light energy. Hey, how are you, Reaper? So it's like, what, 20% health? I mean, it's something. Not great, but it was something. These debuffs don't stay on for very long. But I think, really, let's see let's see if I can live long enough to do it. Now that that test is in the books, I'm probably going to die right here, actually, if he throws that special 2. It's going to go unblockable. Yeah, especially. Yeah. It's not bad. It's no Bishop Havoc Jubilee level. I'd throw Mordo in there too. Mordo's energy resist is nuts while he's blocking. Kavan says, do you enjoy playing the character? How's it going, bud? I have a better time when I just use characters that are fun, even if they're not the best option in the fight. You and me both, actually. You and me both. And that's part of what I want to do here, is to just test them out just for kicks, just for fun. I'm going to chalk up some of my initial impressions here tonight just due to me not having a great proficiency with them. So that kind of is might tarnish my score just a little bit. I think he's interesting, but I would be remiss to say that I'm having fun. Because like some champs that I have fun with, like Elsa, I have a lot of fun with. Storm Pyramex, I have a lot of fun with. Spider-Ham, I have a lot of fun with. Mr. Negative, I have fun once I line up his light and his dark charges and throw the special 2 and then just watch the enemy just melt with all the degen that he has. That's fun. But so far I haven't gotten to a point where I am able to get to that point without it feeling like, okay, now I got to do this, and now I got to do this, and now I got to do this, and now I got to do this, you know? Come on, dude. Why? That's right. I forgot. I need to look and see if Punisher has some sort of true strike or something. Or no, or if he just... I didn't see anything that he can't do that evade with when he's got class disadvantage. Maybe that's a Punisher thing I'm just missing out on. No? Is it a node? No. Why am I not evading then? The cold snap, perhaps? I'm gonna have to assume it's a cold snap. Because I would like to see what a 565 can do with like 15 stacks of degen on this Act 6 opponent. I'm going to say it has to be the cold snap. That's what's preventing me from doing the evade. Which is annoying, because that can severely gimps his utility. I mean, failing a nice, easy dexterity probably doesn't help either. Have I tested his heal reversal? No, I have not yet. Not sure what's going on, but I feel super nauseous all of a sudden. I feel kind of terrible, to be honest. That's not good, Reaper. That's not good. Do you understand the pattern of luck in this game? The way you open crystals and what order matters. I tested loads, and it's coming together. Kinda. That's part of the tinfoil theory behind the shoeshine method of opening. Just opening some premium crystals or some, lower crystals first, get some of that bad luck out of the way, and then, with that bad luck out of the way, then you open up the thing you actually want. So, let's back out of this. Well, let's just have some quick fun with Icarus, why not? Okay, so here's the thing. Let me look this over. Figure out exactly what I gotta set up. What's a solid non-Realm of Legends Wolverine regen opponent? Because I mean, I can think of like the Alliance War ones, right? Because I do have, what is it, 2 points in despair right now? Two points, which is 10% reduction per debuff. I'm gonna look that up. Or if you know of a path or a fight off the top of your head that can get you pretty quick to test that out. Because I would like to test that out. Because that could be potentially pretty chunky. The thing is, finding an opponent that regens reliably enough to do it. Just because, at least, again, for me, being a scrub with a character, lining up the chunky degen on Special 2 doesn't come naturally yet. So if they've got a reliable repeating regen, that'll make life a little bit easier. Reaper says, I've slacked so much, I still need 100% uncollected master and heroic for the rewards. Good news is you still have a little less than a week, so you still got time. I hate slow champs, and negative is slow and clunky. clunky, perhaps. Yeah, well, I mean, here's Saberman. This could be interesting. It's Icarus, though, and that's... Well, I mean, this may wind up being the matchup we're looking for. Because, I mean... Did that parry just not connect? Is he stun immune? I mean, it must be stun immune. Maybe I'm not dealing enough. He's not healing enough. It's probably gonna be a KO. Did I lose all my... Did lose all my stacks somewhere. I'm assuming that the timer fell off. And again, I really hate that the timer doesn't refresh. Hey, what's up, Jack? Hi, I'm Mr. Not Sock W. Thoughts on the champ so far? I like the idea of the champion. I need a lot more practice to be able to utilize all his different things, like efficiently. Come on, dude, special me. The fact that he's stunning me is very annoying. Actually, this should be a nice... Why did I... Icarus is a nice opportunity to really test out the potential for the heals. Well, he's not stunning me on. I mean, this actually, I think, Negative is fantastic for this path. Because he's able to stack so many different light charges that the Incinerate is doing nothing. Oh, but then Jack, just to finish the thought there, I like the things that he can do. I'm not good enough with him yet to have it just flow naturally, and especially using him in higher stakes matchups. I don't have any confidence that I wouldn't just choke considerably just watching all of the different counters, or the timers, I should say. But that having been said, I mean, maybe I'll like him a little bit more. It also just feel like I'm just constantly chasing. Stupid. Constantly chasing. There we go, 20 light charges, that's a max. So this should be a max heal that I'm getting right here. So let's see what 20 charges with the regen mastery. We're at 11%. So I mean, what was it, 25% odd some health regen on special 3? I mean, that's nice, but to save you just in case you need it. And it's a nice quick regen too, which is also nice. But Reaper got to play Resident Evil Village most of the day while clocked in working. Nice. Nice getting that Getting paid to play. So Saberman's regens aren't anywhere near enough to notice when I throw the double Petrify Special 2 with double Despair. He's got the nice energy resist, but that's only because it's Icarus. So I'm able to get an easy 10 plus light charges to reduce the energy damage. And get some nice heals from that too. So no. Let me look at something here real quick too. I'll bring it up here on the screen so you guys can check it out as well. So I want to see the difference between a 6-star rank 3 Sig 20 stats and this 565 at Sig 20. So I mean the prestige is higher, that's great. HP is higher, which you would expect. I think it's be more fair as 6-star rank 2. Of course, the 565 has more armor. Where's it at? But I think just because it's the 6-star, just the base numbers here are better. I don't know if that changes with rank. It says 2249. Yeah. And of course it changes with rank as well. Except for the SIG ability, that kind of stays vanilla. Actually, no, that's interesting. No, that's interesting. Look at that. So the 6-star rank 3 at Sig 20 deals more physical damage at Sig 20 than the 565 does at, what is it, 120. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Like, the energy resist is understandably less. You heal more, but that's also understandable because the health pool is a little bit bigger. Considerably bigger. But the dark energy deals more physical damage. Huh. Alright, well, that's interesting. Let's test this guy out. Let's just do this. And then give him that Nick Fury evade synergy. Because that's supposed to ramp him up and rev him up even quicker. Because he gets double everything on the dashback. And then, I mean, Deadpool here regens as well, so this might be the nice test for his heal reversal. To me, it ticks off for a nice amount. I do appreciate that the petrify lasts a good long while. But after this fight, I need to go back. I need to go back and double check what the different evade charges do, just to refresh my memory. Oh no, that's what that was. That wasn't my counter. That was just the Nick Fury synergy timer. That's what that was. All right, well, let's try that again. Another vanilla Venom the Duck. The thing is, though, too, with Mr. Negative, he's one of those types of champs that you aren't going to be able to use like a science power boost on. Because most of his damage isn't tied directly to the base damage he does on the special attack. Whereas like Ghost, right, her whole kit is dependent on the hits that she inflicts, whereas like Mr. Negative and a couple others, Cosmic Ghost Rider, the big damage is gone because you lose the charges that give you the damage in the first place. So that's a bit of a bummer. So to answer the question again, I mean, I'm having more fun now. Now that there's like 8 less different nodes to try and counter. See if I can't get that up just a little bit more. So that should be what, 14 degens? Yeah, so that's more fun. That's more fun. But again, that's not entirely realistic anymore just because... Oh, we can't see the game. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You are absolutely right. I'm so sorry. That is entirely my bad. Oh man. All right, well let's try that again. So now I am so sorry, guys. That's such a not my finest moment. All right, so we're good there. So the Deadpool fight here it's nice, and the Venom the Duck one later on too. Just because, like I was saying, without all the nodes. And then Deadpool here, he's got the reliable regen. Just because that's who he is. So let's convert this. So that's max dark energy stack. So that's 21 degens and the full petrify. Plus 2 points in despair. I mean, he's taking off pretty nice damage. I do wish that the degen would last just a little bit longer. And then especially the petrify there too, because that's just barely gonna cut out. Yeah. Right when I need it the most. I'm not I don't know. I think one of the next tests I'm going to need to do is just see how viable he is with the Venom synergy with the damage masters on. Because right now I've got 3 points in double edge. But that recoil damage is really stacking up. And this is even with the Guardian block proficiency too. Alright, so I got the initial. So there's two ways to get the light charges, right? So it's anytime you shrug off, you dash back with a buff on you. You get light energy that way. So you could play it cautiously. Just dex out of the way of an attack. Consume that, get the light energy, and then you can go to town on the come on. Go to town on the whatchamacallit, heavy bit. Oh, nice. And he's got the regen as well. So it fully inverts the regen. Which is very nice. They could just go to town with the heavy evade charge. That I was really, I really dig that mechanic. I like Elsa's ability to do the same thing. Alright, so I got the heavy. Alright. Let's try and get a couple more light charges. Bait out the special one without getting tagged, preferably. Oh. I done goofed. I didn't dash. Oh well. And then I also want to do a side-by-side test just to, with a 565 Void, just to see how long it takes Void to catch up and then surpass Mr. Negative's passive direct damage. Dash X Gaming, how are you, buddy? Here to say hi for 5 minutes before I hit the hay. Well, hey there, hi there. Have you heard that they're making an Injustice animated movie? I have. I'm interested, but I don't know if it's going to be a continuation of the story or if it's just going to be a movie version of the game. I'm hoping it's a continuation of the story because if I wanted to see like the in-game cinematics playing out the exact same story, I would just watch the in-game cinematics, you know? That being said, I cannot wait for the third Injustice game, because that, I think, is hopefully what's up next. Do the heavy in the special 2 thing? Yeah, let me run one more round with Deadpool here real quick. Just for you, bud. And then test out the, actually, I should be healing right now. I've got Venom right here. Oh, no, I need 10 light charges is what it is, right? That's what this energy is. I need 10 light charges, then I get the perma regen. Yeah. So let's just try and get that from the start. And I'm assuming it's a permanent regen for like the whole... Oh. So if I get the permanent regen, I can't dash back ever. Because then I consume it. Okay, that's going to take a bit of practice. That's going to take a lot of practice. Okay. That is going to take a lot of practice. Because I suppose it's possible. It's just insanely difficult because... Oh. Because especially like when they throw a heavy attack, you can't dash back to avoid it. So like what, you just eat it? You just eat the attack so you can keep the boost, the regen? I'm assuming, right? Or you just block it. Alright, so here's... I want to bait out this guy's special one. Thank you. Now this is the heavy thing. So he's got 20 dark energy. He's got the petrify, which is great because this should last him to his regen phase at the end, which means the entire regen he gets should be also inverted. Yeah, there you go. Bye-bye, dude. Beautiful. See, that's nice. That is a very specific niche tool to have for sure, but when it works, that's cool. Okay, let's try that again without dashing back. I don't know if that's going to be... I don't know how that's going to go. I don't have high hopes that I'm going to get this right away. But we'll see. And then also, too, I want to look up some of the other group synergies you could potentially do. So Quake and OG Black Widow might increase the potency of his abilities by a little bit. That could be interesting. White Widow with either Gladiator Hulk or OG Hulk gives him a power gain and armor, which might be useful. Or Hood and Joe Fix It for armor and crit rating. I don't think Mr. Negative is immune to anything, is he? Because Warlock with Ultron gives that robot synergy to everybody, but only if they're immune to something. And I don't... Oh, that could be interesting. Actually, no, he is. To nullify Stagger and Fate Seal. Okay, now where can I find a solid, like, Symbiote Supreme or Doctor Strange or somebody? That could be a lot of fun. Especially now that Ultron's getting a buff. I mean, you'd still need to bring 2 robots to get it, but that could be interesting. Alright, I want to test that out. But first, see if I can get through this fight without dexing back. I also need to do it without getting knocked down once. Okay, so now I got my perma regen. I guess I just take the hit. Why didn't I... Like, the regen's nice. Crap. Well, there it goes. Like, the regen's nice, but I don't think it's enough to justify the punishment you gotta take from heavies and specials in order to keep it up. Unless... I mean, unless you're able to get to, like, a special 3 first. Because if you get to the special 3, then you get the, not the disorient, whatever it's called, not the spare. Bollocks, what's it called? Delirium. Because then you get the delirium, which reduces enemy power rate. So then you could spam in the corner for just a little bit more. Actually, let's see if I can find one of those Mystic champs. Because that would actually be... that could be interesting. Because that would be like a fury every time like one of those clowns try and nullify one of my stuff. Just a matter of finding one. Oh, it's a debuff they're immune to. That. So then it would only be a... well... the stagger would be Juggernaut. Hood can stagger if I get hit. I don't think Nullify presents itself as a debuff, right? It's just an ability. It's the stagger and fate seals that are debuffs. But then again, why would I need a Warlock? Why would I need 2 of those champs? But let's try it out. I mean, here's a Claire. I have no idea what Claire here does, but... Alright, Dash. Take care, bud. Did you beat 7-2 on your live account? No, not yet. Not yet. I'm planning on doing a Legends run at some point, but I have not done it yet. I think I still got time. Let me see if I can find like the official start or end date. Because I mean, if it's like this weekend, then that's probably not great. Here we go, 7-2. Blah, blah, blah. New node. Spice of life. That's cute. There's the boss. Bunch of loot. So I've got till June 18th. So I still got almost 3 weeks. Cool. I'll take it. What'd you say is the hardest chapter in Act 6? I'm guessing it's 6-2. Stuck on 6-2-4. Yes. Yeah, 6-2 was awful. 6-1 was tough at the time, but in retrospect, it's the easiest of the 4. 6-2 was bad. 6-3 was a little bit better, but still bad. And then 6-4 was challenging, but occasionally fun. So it was a mixed bag. So she takes reduced damage from everything that isn't special. Oh, so I'm actually probably not going to be doing much of any damage. Alright, well this is going to be interesting. So what I want to do here, just for testing sake, is to, actually a couple of things. Get the regen up. I want to see her throw a special and try and, well, never mind. Come on. Come on. Why? I want to see her nullify something, so she needs to get to the special 2 to do that, because then it just auto places that fate seal. I want the... Yeah, but then it's not kind of dumb though too at the same time, because it's a fury buff and I can just eat it. Now why didn't I get that on the special 2? Unless it's a passive fate seal. I don't think it's a passive fate seal, is it? It's not a fate seal with Claire? Oh, okay, well, that would do it. So let's see then if it's a nullify. Nope. called buff immunity. Yeah, yeah, but that's the thing because then it's getting into the nitty gritty of how the game classifies it. Like you could call it a separate thing, but if it's unless it's coded specifically as a separate thing, you know. So, I mean, clear on tag if I got a buff, then it's nullified. I'm not immune to nullify, but nullify isn't a debuff. And then, I mean, it would work against like Cosmic Ghost Rider too, because that's a fate seal, but then you have to get hit in order to do it. It's just, it's just a shame because like so many of the different strategies for using this guy involve getting tagged in some way, and he's a bit squishy for that. Mm-hmm. Judah says, "Hey Rob, what up, Judah? Welcome, bud. How's it going?" Tweety stopping in. How are you? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. It's I'm immune to nullify, stagger, and fate seal. Okay, so let me find a juggernaut then. And the only juggernaut, or the fastest juggernaut I can think of is the Realm of Legends one. It's a couple fights in, but I suppose that's a perk of my Night Thrasher being awakened now, is that it's extra Cosmic Ghost Rider fuel. Does he need to be awakened? No, he doesn't have to be awakened, but his awakened ability is a nice plus. So, let's bring it up quick here. If he is awakened, then he can wind up dealing a bit of physical damage to the opponent, which is nice. It's not going to be a lot, but it's something. He regenerates a little bit every time that someone tries to degenerate him, which is also nice. He gets a slight energy resist, and then deals a nominal amount of physical direct damage with the dark charges active. So I mean, it's all good, like nice to have stuff, but unless you're going to be using him for prestige champ, um, I don't think it's like necessary. Certainly not to the extent like Nick Fury or Archangel or somebody. All right, so let's go get to Jugs. Let's go get to Jugs. Heavy me. Heavy me. Coward. Coward. Thank you. Of course. Then of course he throws a special. Slow me up. Exceptional gameplay right here, guys. Exceptional gameplay. Yeah, I hope you get them too. Good luck. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's what I was trying to do. Then just get through Captain Marvel here, and we'll be good to go. Hit me. That works. No, no stun. Stop it. Stop it. No. Dang it. Stupid Space Ghost. Stupid Space Ghost and your need for absolute perfect everything. Alright, try it again. There's two, there's that. See, is that really so hard? That's all that needed to happen. Easy peasy, easy peasy, easy peasy. Cool. And there you go. That's it. That's all there is to his rotation. You just need perfect timing and absolutely cooperative AI and for the stun not to proc. Easy peasy, right? Alright, but here we go. Here's the actual test. I want Jugs to try and heavy me. What? Oh, damn it. It's the pre-buffed one. He doesn't have stagger yet. Well, that was a waste of time. Dude doesn't do it yet. Alright, so I gotta find a Jugs that actually is buffed. What a waste. Trying to think of one off the top of my head where it could go. Or could try the villain variant. If I can remember which one is the villain variant. Is that this one? I legitimately don't remember which one is the villain variant. No, this was the fun one. That was the stacking rarity one. Is the third one the villain variant? No. don't know. It's Spiderfolk, Symbiotes, and what, just Mystic Champs, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, come back. Come back. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate that. Variant 6. That's the one. So, I mean, basically every time that Mr. Negative heavy attacks, he purifies debuffs, which is nice. Let's have fun with the Hyperion. Hey, how's it going, Peepee? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Jack says I'd suggest a buffet quest, but you want debuffs, don't you? Yes, but he's got so many debuffs on him, he probably would wind up overwhelming the buffet. So, like, the opponent would still heal and shrug off one of the debuffs, but especially when he does a big special 2 for all the different degens and whatnot, the rest of the degens should still apply. So this one should be interesting. I think the strat I want to try for this is get to a special 3, which should reduce his everything, his power. Or just get this guy to bait specials, that'd be useful too. As he slowly gets stronger and stronger by not throwing that special. Ouch. So much squish. So much squish. So I don't know. Like, I like the guy in concept, but execution, it's just so... I don't want to say difficult. I don't know if that's the right word. Finicky. Like, he's got fun stuff, but it's nestled and tucked behind so many different, like, bells and whistles and order of operations and all that. God, I hate when this dude just does not throw his friggin' special. I'm probably dead. Yep. Not a great matchup. Like, so far, I mean, I'm just trying to think of, like, where a good use for him would be that you couldn't also use somebody like, I don't know, Beardo with a couple of his petrifies to reverse heals, or Void, or nullifying the heals altogether in the first place, you know? Unless it's one of those timed heals. But because his heal reversal is all dependent on debuffs, if they shrug off those debuffs, then there goes his heal reversal. As opposed to, like, it being an inherent ability on himself. I don't know. I need to do a bit more homework with this guy. I mean, especially since his arena is tomorrow. But, we'll see. Now, I can't open up crystals on the CCP Beta server. That is generally frowned upon. But I can go back to the main account and open up something there. Let's do a couple of things. Alright, so now we're back on the main account. Bring this up. I'm going to call him Mr. Positive. Yeah, right? 4 more days, guys. 4 more days till crystal opening time. Is that buffed Ultron? No. No, none of the buffs are in the... are anywhere just yet. Not for the actual game, not for CCP either. Let's open up a 4-star here, shall we? If you guys want to guess who's going to be in the 4-star, let me know down in the chat. Always appreciate that. I'm going to guess it's Tigra. Let's go say hey to BG. He's live streaming right now. I got a link right there in the description. Go under the handle hashtag #RobVonRaid and go from there. But as this is spinning out, I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been, the last couple hours, a playtest of a 565 Mr. Negative in anticipation for the 5-star featured and 6-star featured arena tomorrow. Please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. It's a new channel. All that stuff does help me out immensely. I do appreciate that. I'll be live streaming again Friday. Hope to catch you guys then. And I'm going to be posting a couple of videos here the rest of the week too. So stay tuned for all of that. But that is not Tiger. That is a White Mags. And that's going to do me for tonight, everybody. I want to thank you all for watching. Till next time, all, I'm Rob vonShoe. Take care. Talk soon. Stay safe. Be well, everyone. Bye for now.